Do you have items in your garage or home that you really don't know how to get rid of? Items like leftover paint, bulbs, batteries. Well, these are all household hazardous waste that should not be disposed of in the regular trash. Well, now there is a collection event that offers residents an opportunity to dispose of this type of waste properly. And here with all the details is Jordan Scott. He is the Fresno County Public Information Officer. Jordan, good to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, of
Glad
course.
to be here.
This is really important, I think, because I know, especially after Christmas, we have a lot of batteries that we don't know what to do with. All of this is considered hazardous waste, right?
Correct. You know, all of us, I think just about every household has a wide array of things that could be potentially hazardous. And they're things we don't even think about. They're not necessarily hazardous on a day-to-day, and if we're using them for their intended purpose and following the directions, they're fine. But they're not the types of things that you want to leave hanging around and risk having a spill or throwing in the trash and have a whole other variety of risks associated with that. So we're just here talking about why we need to dispose of them properly and some of the things that we're doing to help people deal with these.
Okay, before we get to that,
Sure.
you brought over some examples.
Right, yes.
So this is the kind of stuff we're talking about.
So this is exactly what we're talking about. Funny enough, it's pulled directly from my own garage. I mean, you do a quick sweep of your garage and you can find any number of things. And a lot of people around here are doing yard work, and I've got things like weed killer, pesticides. That bulb, that fluorescent tube just went out yesterday, so it was nice and convenient for me to bring along. But it's one of these things that it does have chemicals and different toxins within it that really make it a hazard if it's left around or you leave it exposed to break or present those dangers.
Okay.
So
just like this, what do we do with things like our batteries then? What do we do with them?
So there are you can't throw them in the regular garbage like we've discussed, but there are a number of places in town in our community that people don't know will accept types of waste like this. Places like hardware stores, paint stores, your Home Depots, Lowe's, those sorts of things.
So we can take them back to those stores?
You can. Now what I would say is call them first to make sure, but we've made it really easy. The County of Fresno, if you go to our website, it's co.fresno.ca.us/HHW, and we have locations for the different types of waste. If you have things like paints, automotive fluids, or
pesticides
pesticides and that sort of thing.
Your garage.
Right.
Because as far as batteries are concerned, some places only take recyclable batteries back, so this is a perfect opportunity.
Correct.
Right? Okay, so let's talk about this event that you're having, because it's by appointment. You can't just show up, and that's what's important. You do need to make an appointment, right? And call the number on your screen.
Correct. So Saturday, January 20th, the county is hosting a household hazardous waste collection event. It's an all-day event. It's going to be in Fresno, but we are not disclosing the specific location just publicly unless people make an appointment.
Got it.
So if we call the appointment number, make that appointment, you'll get all the details for it.
Okay, wonderful. And up to how many pounds of hazardous waste can we get rid of during this event?
So state law prohibits transporting more than 15 gallons or 125 pounds of these types of materials. Now, that is a lot. That should be plenty for an average household. If it's not, we do have space for a number of vehicles. We're planning on taking in up to 1,500 vehicles for this one-day event. So there's a lot of space for appointments. If you need to recruit a friend and use their car, do that by all means, but
the number is on your screen, 877-422-0096, and the website is there as well for more information. What can you not dispose of that day?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's a number of things that we will not accept, things like large appliances. If you have an old refrigerator sitting in your garage, leave it there. It's not for this event. Things like used tires, other things, explosives, ammunition, those sorts of things that are really dangerous. There are different ways of disposing of that. Visit the website. We've got contact information that you can find for those types of items. So there is a way to get rid of it. Don't just let it sit in your house and present that threat unnecessarily.
Lots of great tips. Thank you so very much, everyone. When is this event again?
This is Saturday, January 20th. So it's right around the corner.
Yes, and just a couple of days. So call and make your appointment right now to be able to go drop off all this stuff that you do not want sitting around, especially if you have little kids at home.
Kids, pets, anybody along those lines. Yeah.
Jordan, so great to meet you. Thank you so much for all this wonderful information.
Thanks, my pleasure.
Of course. All right.
And then also a Thank you.